sometimes I still have like nightmares about being back at at a corporate job. Like the job was great. It was fine. But I could never go back.
Yeah.
Unemployable, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So, it would be like dingy offices and things falling off the ceiling. And I was like, no,
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
yeah, so definitely not looking back.
Good.
It was great to have all of this time to do all the things that I wanted to do. One of the things that I realized kind of looking back is that I wasn't using that time in a way that was most efficient. So I had a lot of time, but I would spend it, putting price tags on on jewelry, preparing for market stalls, but doing test runs. And, there were just things that looking back now, I probably wouldn't be doing.
It is like, I feel like that's a rite of passage though, a little bit, isn't it? You kind of, I think sometimes you think these are the things that you have to do to be in business, to be a business owner. And it's not until you get a little bit more mature in business that you're like, wow, that was a royal waste of time. And
Days, how did that happen?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I think too, you almost want to fill the time as well. You kind of like, I really struggled to move past the 9 to 5. I was like, if that is the hours, then I should be at my laptop and I should be accomplishing something. It took me a long time to get out of that kind of corporate mentality.
Yeah, I was doing like 9 to 9
Yeah.
or longer.
Yeah.
So I was like, looking back, I could have made much better use of that time. But it's interesting because in a year, I'll probably look back on this time and go, what was I doing? I could have just made so much better use of my time. And I hope that's what I am thinking in a year's time. So I think you just learn so much along the way. And sometimes you have to go through it to learn the actual lesson. When someone tells you, it doesn't quite seep in as much as it does if you've gone through it.
It's so true. It's so hard to, just take the advice and not just think, oh, I'm different. I can power through. I can do this. I can do that. And then it's not until you're like, oh no, they were right.
They were right. I am tired and I do need more than 5 hours of sleep a night. That's what
How
I'm
do you,
learning right now.
that's what you're learning right now. Totally. I'm still learning that lesson.
Still a lot to learn.
Yeah. Well, and that's an interesting thought though. So as a business owner, how do you look after yourself?
Because I love my business so much, it is difficult for me to differentiate between when I'm having a great time in my business and when I should be having a great time relaxing. But when I do kind of step away, I like to hang out with friends, and maybe we might organize a day where we go out and have, do like a little spa thing, or just have a nice lunch, or just sit in the middle of someone's living room and chat
Yes.
all day. That's amazing too. So that's what I enjoy doing when I have some spare time.
I love that. I know. And it's funny. I think sometimes it's just the getting away. So it's not specifically, go for a run every day. I do this, I do that. It's just like, it's just time away from the business sometimes is healthy.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. And I want to, sometimes it's just getting some sleep in, having a nap, which I
Yeah.
allowed myself to do yesterday. So it's great.
I love that. You have to. It's so good. Amazing. And so what's coming up for you? What are you looking forward to in 2024?
In 2024, I am working on a brand refresh and a new website. So I'm
Hmm.
really excited about that. I think so. I did my brand myself about 12 years ago, did my own logo. Everything has been very DIY, and
Yeah.
it's kind of served me this whole time. It's been fine,
Mm.
but
Mm.
it could definitely be better. So what I want to do this year is kind of elevate just like have a little upgrade, just
That's so good.
bring everything.
I
Yeah.
think it's so important though. Like, I think sometimes people hold themselves back because they're like, I've got to spend $10,000 on a brand and a website and this and this and this before I can actually launch or get started. So I love the DIY. I'm a DIYer too. I think it's just like, yeah, get it out there and kind of be in business and learn all of the lessons and, experience all of the challenges first. And then, because I think as well, like, you don't know where the brand will lead. So, if you kind of get it done in the beginning, you'll end up in 10 years redoing it anyway. So why not just get something out there?
Yeah, definitely. I kind of struggled with that at the beginning when I was trying to think of a business name.
Mm.
Um, couldn't think of anything. 12 years later, I still haven't thought of anything. It's just going to be Fairina Cheng forever, I think.
I love it though. Well, you are the designer, you are the brand. It's so good.
That's right. The name's never going to change. So
Yeah,
that's the way.
you can rely on it.
That's right.